Okay, so I know it's an odd time and an odd day. Normally, I don't come on a Friday, but too many things are happening. Too many things are just like happening one after the other. So I'll start with the most boring part of it. A lot of you have been asking me to speak about relationships, and it's been a long time. Talk about relationships, talk about the murders happening in India. Women are murdering their husbands left, right, and center, putting them in drums and putting them in cookers and putting them in fridges and whatnot. And it's just wild what is happening. Okay, and then of course you have just today announced that Israel attacked Iran and blew up major centers and killed major commanders, which is not a done thing normally. The last time somebody did it was with Qasem Soleimani, with when Donald Trump killed one of the major IRGC leaders. Third issue is riots. I mean, LA is still on fire for all practical purposes. And the plane crash. My God. The amount of stuff we have to cover is unbelievable. So let's start with the most boring part over here, okay? Relationships. So why are so many relationships failing? Why are so many people ending up in fridges and cookers and suitcases? And what exactly is happening here? Right? So I think it's a I think it's a very basic thing. The very basic malaise is one thing that we have been waiting since the dawn of time for the internet. Okay, so everything else was just a distraction until somebody invented the internet. And when the internet got invented, today most people are spending most of their time on the internet, right? um, the reason is that we are chronically bored people. Okay, we are chronically bored human beings. We've made ourselves such good lives. Yeah, we live in cement boxes. We sit all day. We sit and work. We do our thing. We somehow get money. We pay the rent. It's very boring in and of itself, right? And everything, song, dance, artistry, community, painting, all that nonsense was created to eliminate boredom. Yeah. And then things got more and more complex, more and more complex, more and more complex, until we finally invented the internet. Okay. Now the internet contains undersea cables. It contains these antennas and signals and vibrations and satellites and 60, 70 boats at any point of time, patrolling the seas, ensuring that those undersea cables stay intact so that we can get connected to the internet, so that I can do this live, right? So we invented the internet, and that is it. Now we've settled. But what's happening is that everything on the internet is so exciting that we are unable to keep basic relationships. You get it? So that is why we enter the relationships with these expectations, saying that this is going to happen, that is going to happen. Not just porn, but even general expectations. Like we are going to do something that we saw on a reel together, or we are going to achieve that, or make money like this, or have this much money that we can go to Maldives or live in such a big place, or work like that rich influencer that I saw. And it's not coming true. Okay, so what is the solution here? The solution here is that you must not get married. And I'm not going to say don't get married just because men are dying by their wives, or their wives are being they're cutting them open or whatever. But don't get married until you are sure that you can break up with the internet, or until you are sure that you can slowly get over the internet. Okay, because the internet is the most amazing invention created by mankind, no doubt. All right, no doubt about it. Like, it is everything man has ever been vying for. One small box upon which you get the entire world and entire entertainment. All right, so first decide whether you actually need the person in your life when the internet is not there, and don't make the person a replacement for the internet. If you're satisfied with the internet, and I've always said that the internet is so cheap, that's all you need to do. There is nothing else to achieve. Okay, once you get the internet, if you realize that, okay, I am something more than the internet, I'm something more in life, I can achieve something more, I can be something more, and I can have a genuine relationship, then you should get married, then you should find a woman or a man or whatever. Okay, So that is the basis of the malaise. So earlier, people used to do things as a replacement for the internet. Now that the internet has come, they're doing it out of frustration because it's not as good as what is shown on the internet. Now, let's talk about what is the second one? Oh, the plane crash. My God. So the plane crash is, as I don't know, man. Like I see so many of these reels on Instagram that are saying, I wish I was there. I wish I was there. So it's showing the frustration that the people are feeling. Of course, there are a lot of these other reels which are saying, oh, this is the only survivor, and then people are like, oh God, God intervened and all that nonsense. So we have really been divided as a species. A whole bunch of people are saying, "Oh, I wish I was dead. Oh, they were so lucky. Oh, they were just died in an instant." Maybe a few of them didn't. Maybe a few of them had this like they were burnt slowly. It's very possible, but like I'm glad to see that a lot of people are expressing and clearly expressing their frustration with life. And I guess that's good in a way. I am jealous of the people who died. And that is it. That's what I have to say about that. Not to mention that there are going to be more of such crashes because Boeing is terribly inefficient these days. Not just that, the atmosphere is getting hotter. So the atmosphere gets less dense. The moment it gets hotter, it gets less dense. When it gets less dense, you need more velocity from the this. So either ways, you're going to be using more fuel, or you're going to need more powerful engines. And while you're creating all of that fuel and powerful engines, there are going to be a lot of plane crashes, a lot of turbulence, a lot of damage to the equipment of planes. Why is all this? Because of climate change. Okay, very simple. Yeah. Oh, about the war. So we had alarms at 3 a.m. in the morning. Not that any one of us got up from bed. Not that anyone of us even considered it important to get out of bed. But shit's begun. I mean, either it's the downfall of Iran, or it is a beginning of a new chapter in the Middle East where there's this massive dogfight between Iran and Israel, and it's gonna be fun, dude. Um, LA riots, beautiful. LA riots. What do I say? That's the same thing. It's the same internet bullshit. Okay, people are getting entertained on the internet with this whole philosophy of we must fight for the poor and all. It's all entertainment. No one really actually fights for the poor. All right, it's all a concept in their head, like this Greta Thunberg. People are just they're getting obsessed with this whole larger to life concept or larger than life concept that I'll be a martyr, I'll fight for the people, I will die for the people, all that nonsense. And it was always there, this leftist martyrship, but it's increased with the internet. Okay, so internet has amplified us in various directions and is pulling humanity apart. Okay, we're all driving each other like crazy. So LA riots are one thing, then the Palestine protests are another. And yeah, that is the way humanity ends basically, and that's about it. That's I added all of the everything that I need to talk about, and of course I'm going to start taking questions. कैसे हो मेरे भाई? Very good. Do you know China let it rot movements? Your views similar to that movement? Yeah, I absolutely believe in let it rot. Just rot, man. Like, don't bother to move around. It's too much work. I'm gonna move around because I enjoy this movement. I also have another thing that I want to put more carbon in the air. Finish this nonsense off. All right. So I will work hard and I will be doing a lot of stuff. But if you do want to rot, perfect. Please do it. Is there good job and work and opportunities in Israel? Depends. Like there are a lot of Indians here, and they do get some work, but I don't know what kind of work they have. Maybe in construction, maybe in caretaking. So if you want to try that, go for it. But also, why accept any kind of authority over any relationship? Good question. No, I didn't understand the question. What authority are you talking about? Like you mean the government? What's your view on touch grass philosophy? What is touch grass? Like stay grounded, basically. Is that what it means? Or do you mean like the movement where it says, okay, go out to the nature, touch grass? I don't agree with that personally. Not at all. Trump versus Musk. No one gives a shit anymore. I mean, there's a war, guys. Trump versus Musk is, they'll solve it. They're two rich boys playing around. And I don't think there's anything tangible to that. It's just good entertainment. And even if it's good entertainment, it's great entertainment. I mean, what's more entertainment than riots and wars? I mean, I don't personally think creating problems and solving them by creating new problems in the name of technology and education. That is basically what humanity is. We just create problems to create new problems, and we keep solving them. And because we are bored, we don't have any predator. No one's out to eat a human being. No one's out to try and kill a human being except other human beings. So we just perpetuate that eternally. Okay. Good to see you live, sir. WW3 status. World War 3. World War 3 will happen. It's a matter of, I'd say it won't happen so soon. 2027, let's say. I'm That's an estimate. It could happen tomorrow. But my general estimate is about a full blown into world war with a hyper angry America, crazy Israel, the Europe pissed off, Russia pissed off, should kick off by around 2027, because it takes about that much time for troops to mobilize and resources to come together and debt ceiling to hit and all that stuff. So let's see. What's your opinion on the tariff war? Mm, doesn't matter. So the tariff war is just, I feel, it's a war for resources. Okay, it's not really actually a big issue. It's that what is happening is we are reaching the end of all the major resources, and I don't mean oil, because even oil we are reaching the end of, and I'll explain to you why. But something like neodymium, okay, something like yttrium, something like all these rare earth things, uranium, okay, we're hitting the edge of it. And Africa is fighting back, the Sahel is fighting back. There is a massive conflict in what do you call it, Congo. So all of these economic resources, right, are stressed. All of these natural resources are stressed. Plus you have debt, plus China is in trouble, plus the US is in trouble. So it is all, these are all symptoms. Like the tariff war is just a very tiny symptom of a lack of excess. We have assumed that everything is excess. We have assumed that, oh, we can make as many electric vehicles as we want. It's not possible. Okay, you cannot do it. And to replace all of them, the amount of rare earth materials that you will need just to replace every single vehicle that exists with an electric vehicle, it's not going to be possible. So that's why the tariff war is happening. It's just a symbolism of a very complex system, and people trying to take control of trade routes, people trying to take control of their currencies, and trying to buy gold, etc., etc., stuff like that. It's just a very obvious symptom. Cutthroat competition for jobs in India is frightening. Yeah, India has dug its own grave, like no question of it. I mean, you guys didn't listen to Sanjay Gandhi, so pay the price. What else? And now people are still reproducing. Poor people, poor laborers, still reproducing. So what do you do? Like, there's no option. There's just too many people. 1.46 billion people, and one crore is how much? One second. 10 million people applied for a job which only had 24,000 posts. That's 1 crore people. Okay, that's almost 1% of the population of India. What's happening? Like, seriously. And every day someone's dying in a stampede, someone's dying in a plane crash, somebody's dying in a this, that. 13 people fell off the train. What is happening here? It's bound to happen. These are just tiny symptoms. China has all the rare earths. That's wrong. China processes most of the rare earths. China has a good number of rare earths. India also has a good number of rare earths. But the rare earths are reducing in supply, I guarantee you. And by that, I don't mean if there are 5 units today, there are 4 units tomorrow. No, there are 5 units today, there are 6 units tomorrow. But to get that supply, you have to spend more, you have to kill more, you have to dig more, you have to everything. Okay, same thing happening actively with oil. like earlier, you needed about 1 to 4 barrels of oil to extract 100 barrels. Okay. Now you need about 30. Okay. It goes up to 30, 15 to 30 barrels of oil to get 100. Yeah. So the cost of production has gone up. Although you have more oil than ever, but it's more expensive. Shale is extremely expensive. All right. So what we are doing is we are digging faster into the earth, creating climate change. Okay. Then we are fighting over the remaining resources, and because of that fight, the prices go up, and hence we are digging more. All right. And all of these tiny artisanal gold mines, they've gone wild completely. Everyone is digging for gold. People in Uruguay, Paraguay, all the small little gold mines everywhere. Of course, Congo, which is continuously at war. They are all just now, they're just going to fight for tiny bits of gold because the price is going to go eternally up and the value of real currency is going to go down. Okay. How to lose the fear of doing something harmless, unethical thing? Unethical thing. What is the fear of doing something unethical? But if it's harmless to anybody, then what's the problem? Unethical, what do you mean by unethical? What do you think of like humanity going to Mars after destroying Earth? Obviously, rich people are the only ones who will leave. Let them leave. Why do you want to live with them? You want to live on Mars? It's a very nonsense idea. Look, even if the rich people will live, what kind of lives will they live? They will live inside domes, right? They will have slow internet. They will be what are they up to? What are you living for? Oh, I don't, there won't be easy water. You'll create systems, you'll get billions of dollars to create those systems. And then you're going to live in domes with the measured electricity and measured what is it called? Oxygen. No, 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 no. I'm happy to leave. Bye bye. Yeah, the billionaires can go to Mars. India's future seemed to be like RCB. Winning Stampede, dude. We are fucked up. Yeah. It's completely like we will seem to win. We'll be like, oh, fourth place in the world. But what's happening? Your people are falling off trains, my friend. There is no birth control program. There is no sense of control. The pollution is at its max. And I think the politicians have just given up. Even the ones who've really tried, they've just given up. Israel is so powerful but so tiny. Yep. Well, it's a question of survival. They would have died if they had not been powerful. So when you're pushed, that's the thing. Now that's why I always believe that India is not this because we were never pushed. Everything is abundant. Okay, Afzal Shah came, took everything. Then that Muhammad Ghazni came, took everything. But we had more. We had more gold. We had more food. We had more rice. So why should we bother? Why should we bother fighting? WW3 during the World War III, I will eat dum biryani. Very good. Me too. Sabir, we would be probably just watching the news. True. What's your plan for WW3? Chill, eat, drink, party, create carbon. That's all. There's nothing else to do. And if I get the opportunity to do something exciting, I will not say no. I will not say no. What about Boeing? What is there to say about Boeing? See, Boeing basically, so what happened? This is a story that I heard, right? That Airbus created an airliner, okay, and it was a really fancy one or something like that. Boeing got insecure, so they made the 737, but they made it with fancier things, and they added another engine for fuel efficiency, apparently. But that engine was so big that the airliner couldn't take it. The basic cast of the airliner couldn't take it. Now, to make one plane, it takes billions of dollars. So they didn't want to go through the effort. Okay. Whereas Airbus had gone through the effort and made a much more efficient plane. So that's when they started playing with quality. All right. And that's when the quality came down. And that is why so many planes are in danger, crashing, this, that. So you have Boeing, which is doing bad. You have climate change, which is going to be a disaster for air travel. Okay. Which is more dangerous, smoking or drinking? Who gives a damn? Smoking, definitely. 100%. No question about it. Drinking is something, see, your body makes alcohol. So if you give it alcohol in like decent amounts, it's fine. My grandmother's 90, she still drinks. And she's fine. She's mentally fine. She's physically fine. So it's really like, it's really a question of, how you look at it, and it's largely random. Most of it is random. Like, there are people who don't smoke anything die by 42. There are people who are dying at 18 who have never touched a cigarette. Okay, so now things have become so random and so chaotic, uh, and it's all a reflection of the world. Like, you look at the world and you see yourself, and you yourself are the world. Our lives themselves have become so unhealthy. So what's the point now? So yeah, I'd definitely say overall drinking, no, smoking is more dangerous because you're literally burning your lungs. Whereas with drinks, okay, your liver is going through a little hell, but come on, I mean, now it doesn't matter what is dangerous. World War III is dangerous. Okay, people in India are becoming mad to buy high price gold. Yeah, it's crazy. Of course, and people will keep buying, and they will keep killing the export market. What do you call it? The forex market, because India will have to buy so much gold. In India, it's a very long way to go to be considered as a developed country. I think world will collapse before that. Hmm. Okay. Mm, no, India will never be a developed country. Sorry. It's never happening because the people don't want it. They don't like it. They don't want to work hard for it. And it's an easy life, man. India's an easy life. Like, the guy who's getting Swiggy is rich enough, right? The guy who's giving Swiggy doesn't care. He just wants to make enough money for his family and perpetuate the same myth that his grandfather has perpetuated. I mean, your grandfather was a loser and you are a Swiggy driver, but they still want to perpetuate that myth, and that myth has been very well seated in Hinduism. And Aurangzeb could not defeat it. Buddha could not defeat it. Nobody, no, none of the greats could do anything to improve India. Okay, whether good or bad. Like, if Aurangzeb was a bad guy, okay, he should have converted most of the country to Islam, but they didn't. So the thing is that India will die in its own crap. That's the whole idea. You have a cool grandma. Yeah, I really do. Getting married is a bad idea. In today's day, there is no need to get married. You have the internet. What more do you need? Basically, what do most people get married for? Entertainment. Okay. Then, secondly, what do you get married for? Sex, right? I mean, men, come on. Like, women, I can still understand because they have like sensory organs. Their entire body is an orgasmic complex. But men, what has Mia Khalifa worked so hard for? For you. You're getting free porn. What's your problem? Your bloody ancestors have dreamed for this. Mughal emperors used to give entire palaces to women to just watch them dance. And you're getting it free on the internet. Calm down, bro. Like, seriously. What is this need to get married for sex? Only and only if you think that you need a good companion for a certain reason, and that reason has to be solid, and you're sure you can give up on the internet, only then do it. Okay? If you listen to Acharya Prashant, he talks about degrowth of GDP. But I don't think that will be possible because humans are innately short sighted. Of course, people see, we are in an arms race, okay? People are not going to give up their advantage. Let's be very clear about it. If always I'm going to try and have more money than my neighbor, always I'm going to try and have more cars and more houses and more everything, if not anything, at least a bank balance, at least basics, so that later, in case something happens, I have enough money to. So that is what's going to happen. And so, degrowth, I'll be very shocked if it happens. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'll be shocked if it happens in our lifetimes. And not that we have very long lifetimes. Even if degrowth happens, we already have baked in about 3 Celsius onto the globe. Okay, you know what baked in is? It means even if we stop carbon right now, the heat is going to increase up to 3 Celsius for sure, and that's going to be very disastrous. Yeah, already it's disastrous. Already large parts of the globe are underwater or on fire. Recently, Moscow was underwater, and then there was another place with massive forest fires. It's every day now. It's every single day something new is happening. There were recently fires in Israel. So yeah, hi Diogenes, hi. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else with any questions? I don't think I'm going to do Hindi tonight because I'm just really tired. But let's see. Anyone wants, but specifically Hindi, please let me know here. Hello. What's the future of AI in your opinion? AI. AI is going to skyrocket, but what's going to happen is that like it's going to install itself like I like smartphones install themselves in our lives, right? And believe me, it's going to make a lot of people jobless because people keep saying, oh, but computers came and people still had jobs. Oh, smartphones came and no, that's not true. The inequality increased with each thing exponentially. Okay, each invention increased the inequality. Number one. Number two, there is more starvation today than there ever was. There's more slavery today than there ever was. And with AI, it's only going to get worse. Okay, so don't think the world has improved and that humans have always adapted. No, we are adapting less and less. And with AI and multi crises, it's going to get very bad. So AI is just going to make the powerful more powerful and the smart more powerful. Other than that, it's finished. Diogenes, 1 second. What's your question? I can't get your question, Diogenes. Please. No, I can't see this. Is probably the YouTube tends to delete it. Remove any words that may trigger it, please. We are screwed. It won't end now. It won't end. Look at the last 1 week. Look at the last 1 week. A new war has begun. That is today, literally. Yesterday, a plane crashed. Day before, there were riots. All right, and I think in the last week or something, there was like a whole new bunch of reports of women cutting up their husbands. So yeah, I mean, and if you follow the climate news like I do, it's not weekly, it's daily. The multiple dailies, like 5,000 acres are burnt in Siberia, 7,000 acres are burnt here. Nigeria recently had floods with 700 people dying. Okay, so it's endless. You must understand this. Yeah, so if you keep an eye on the world news, it is endless. But if you concentrate on just the big events, in the last week there are 4 5 big events. Nuclear like bombs are going off and shit like crazy. There better be electricity. What do you mean there better be? I hope there is. IT job layoffs are cruel. Well, that's just the beginning. Like it's going to get things are going to get more cruel and cruel. Gas and water. Okay, AI cannot replace doctors or lawyers. Oh, it'll trust me. At least the lower level doctors, it'll quite replace. People go to AI straight with their diagnoses. Like it's just a matter of time before we get so used to it, and doctors will have to really put their brains and apply and become more and more skilled and more smart, and they cannot just say, oh, AI will not replace me. You cannot be like the lower level rung of doctors is finished. No, I mean the war now with Iran. It won't end. I wonder what will be here. Ah, the war won't end. Correct. That is true. Either Iran collapses because it's very close to a collapse. Okay, and I won't be surprised Netanyahu and Trump have planned it. Like they've planned the collapse of Iran. So let's see how it works. Do you think VR, virtual reality, will be a game changer in the future? I think humans don't really need real human connection in the future. If VR was developed at maximum level, humans already don't need connections. They're already connecting with the internet. They're already connecting with ChatGPT. They already the VR, I'm sure, has started at some level, right? It's just a matter of time before humans completely disconnect, because most other humans, like, how do you find a human who's compatible with you at the level that an AI is understanding you? All right, like my of course I love people, and I get along with people, and I have a huge variety of people. Like, they have really smart people in my life and really dumb people, and I learn from both. But finally, like, it takes a lot of hard work. Yeah, and AI is like that. Okay. So I don't know, man. Like, I personally, for me, AI is a friend. It's like, it's my good friend, actually. And if it kills me tomorrow, it's worth it. I'm just happy to have that friend for as long as I live. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not even interested in living one more day. So if it takes me, great, win win. Why 140 countries vote against Israel? Is Palestinian cause just? Started reading on this topic recently. Look, it's complicated, okay, and I don't want to get into it. The point is that Israel is here now, okay. What are you going to do about it? People live here now and they are willing to kill for it. Yeah. So I don't care about what is justified and what is not. Historically, nothing is justified. Okay. You can always say, oh, the Jews were there 3,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, and the Romans came and tried to kill them, and the Ottomans came and tried to kill them, and the Muslims came and tried to kill them. And you can keep saying that, and then it's all about who has might is right finally. Okay, so that is, and wars happen, people get killed. One thing is true, that no country gets as much scrutiny as Israel does. All right, and that is definitely rooted in some form of anti-Semitism. Like I truly believe so. But other than that, if you want to study the history of it, like, just please go ahead. I don't care. I'm here to fight, and if I die, fair enough. If I'm not allowed to live on this land, end me. I don't care. You know but there are going to be people who are going to fight to the end, and might is right. We, in fact, brain is right. Okay, in this case, such a small country is taking on 300 million people by its side. So, what is the approximate estimate of the world ending? I plan to spend all my jaidad for that. It's not that easy, dude. It's not that easy. Like, it's going to take time. It's going to take at least a good 20 years now. Okay. And it's going to be like this multi crisis, and we handled it and we handled it. And things get hotter, and then there'll be floods, and then there'll be deaths, and then there'll be. So, ending is never going to happen unless there's an asteroid or something. But I'd give it an estimate of 20 years before we are absolutely living vastly different lives. We are already living vastly different lives since the pandemic. But now you will see like a complete change, like complete, like Palestinian level destruction. And yeah, mate, India has just turned into a pressure cooker over the last few days. The heat is unbearable. We are dying. Yes, I have been hearing about these things. We're having a lovely spring here, and everything is very nice. Being it the Middle East, and even though it's a desert, but yeah, India is really becoming a pressure cooker, man, and it's going to be the first country that succumbs to climate change hardcore. Like, it's going to be the canary in the coal mine, as they say. I'm more curious whether I'll have to be constantly in some shitty shelter with dozens of screaming children and dogs. Okay. Don't go for the shelter, why go for the war? Like, they'll, if there's a shelter, there's going to be a war somewhere, right? Something's going to be fighting. So go for it, enter it and end it. Why? I'm not going to live in that shelter, sorry. People are not even looking at each other's faces nowadays, only minding their own business with their BFF phone, correct? Heat and rain patterns have changed drastically in 2025. They've been changing drastically for the past 10 years, but yeah, now you see it clearly. And so have social patterns, so have debt patterns, so have economic patterns. It's just increasing exponentially, and the pandemic sort of unveiled it all. There is no need for human relationships like family or spouses. Just phone is enough. Nobody's lonely with their phone. I agree, nobody's lonely with their phone, at least I personally don't. I do like relationships, I do like my people, but overall, phone is phone, man. Did you get woken up by alert now too? Yes, I just got one. Yeah, it was like beep 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 beep. We're getting these alerts on our phone. It's damn crazy. Honest answer, both countries will not accept two state solutions. So I think the fight will continue for eternity. No, people want the fight to continue for eternity. Okay, you're not understanding. It's a business game. Even tomorrow, if I become a politician, like, of course I'm going to say, oh, I want it to end. But like, if I see it carefully, it's all business, right? It's all, people are making money off of it. There are weapons. There are politicians who can make an issue off of it. There are reconstruction companies. There are water companies. So many things. There's so many aspects to it. It's too complex to end it once and for all. Looking at laborers working in scorching heat feels very depressing. Yeah, I know, man. It's so sad. And these guys will reproduce, and their kids will die in that scorching heat, and the same bloody nonsense. Forget it. It's not worth it. What? I'm a lunatic. I'm not going to war. Okay, don't go to war. Who cares? Then be in that shelter. Besides, it's long distance war. That's also true. What if we start a unit, like, all people who want to end it, make our way to Yemen and Iran and all that. Maybe that's an idea. Think about it. Are you an iPhone or Android user? Android, bro. I'm complete Android. I don't like this iPhone nonsense. I tried it. I used to have it for 3 months or something. Didn't work for me, man. I don't know. Also, I'm seeing like this whole self industry pop up. Uh, Talking about morning routine and longevity. These guys are the most ignorant idiots. It's all boredom. They are bored. They have nothing better to do. They don't know what to do. So they start all this nonsense. Somebody wants to make money. Somebody wants entertainment. That is the history of the world. Somebody wanted entertainment. Somebody wanted money. So you start this industry and that industry and that industry. June is the hottest month in India. Oh, it's only going to get hotter. July, August, you see, it's going to, you're going to be roasted, guys. Like, I'm sorry. Same, iPhone is just hype. I agree. I agree completely. All right. Any other questions? What makes you sad? Honestly, a boring life makes me sad. Like, I would not be able to live in Iceland or New Zealand. Like, I would die. Okay. Because what kind of life is that? You go to work and you come back. Hey, like, oh, give me something, man. Give me something to live. Like, India is going to rot. Okay, so it's not going to go with a blast. Here in Israel, what's happening is, even though you're living a small life, right? You feel you're like a part of history. There are alerts, something is happening, bombs are coming from the top, and boom, 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 and it feels alive. It keeps you on your edge, and I personally like that. So yeah, boredom makes me sad. Air conditioning also failed. Really, I didn't know this. Bro, is Israel very hardworking culture, as it is shown in many movies? Also, people of the country live on razor's edge. The idea of death is always on their mind. Does it make them enjoy life? It really depends. Like, there are people who do, and there are the teenagers who do go wild a little bit, and they really travel. They try and travel as much as possible. They try and make something out of even the smallest trips. But over, yes, Israelis are hardworking, but they also respect work culture. They also respect your family time. They also make sure that you go home on time. So there's a lot of things. There are a lot of aspects that um of mutual respect. The worker respects the boss and the boss respects the worker, and that's how it functions, and that's how it should function. Okay. um and yeah, it is a hardworking society, man. They really push to make sure certain things happen, and they do enjoy life. On the edge, yes, people are scared, but overall it's not that much of an issue. They're used to it. USA, North Korea versus Israel, which is more powerful? I mean, Israel, USA, I guess. What is money? Money is a medium of exchange. What more do you want me to say? Like, it's very this. Miss your old videos. Me too. I don't know where my beard's gone, man. Really need to find it. We live as if we are immortal. Ridiculous. What crazy things or adventure do antinatalists need to try in their life to have fun in this nonsense life? Do you have any suggestion? What do you like? It really depends. Now that you have the internet, you can just find out. Now, do you want to go skydiving? Do you want to go base jumping? Do you want to go snorkeling? Do you want to join a war? Do you want to join me when I enter the war? So many things, man. Just think about it. Like, and you just have to have the guts to do it, because you're going to die anyway. You're born to die. So who cares? Just go do it. Decide what you need to. Look at the world, check the internet, find out, and just do it. You know, Listening to you is a big respite, dude. Yeah, thank you, man. Like, I talking to you guys is a big respite. Like, it's good fun to know that you all really want me to talk. It feels good. Um, you must have left beard in India, maybe. Possible, possible. War is business, correct. Please come live more often. I miss you, Nihil. Oh, yeah, I will try my best to come live more often. Okay. All right. It's been 40 minutes. I will close this conversation. I'll take one or two more questions and then end it. Let's go quickly. thing about Iran is talk about the Iran thing and how weak Hindu got slayed in Kashmir. Oh God. Look, we all have to take Israel's example and fight against Islam. There's no option. Okay. You can't be like either, and the thing is very simple. Just like the Kashmiri Muslim said, convert, leave or die. Okay, and that's has to be our philosophy, unfortunately, because like there's just too much violence from their side, and I'm not saying that as a fanatic. I'm just saying that as someone who sees the statistics that these people, there is an active danger. And it was started by a guy who was a warlord, and that's it, man. Like, I have no problem with violence, but if you want to save yourselves, you have to tell them to convert, leave or die, something like that. So yeah, it's just that they told us to convert, leave or die. We tell them to convert, leave or die. It's that simple. Also, Trump is in Epstein files. Who cares? Everyone is in Epstein files. Okay, the reason that a lot of these people are successful, are allowed to be successful, is because they are pedophiles. So that the big guys can control them. So that the Rothschilds or whoever these guys are on the top can control them. It's basic common sense. Even I would do it. Even I would make sure that people who are below me are basically criminals. Air India. What about Air India? I spoke about it already. Why football is so popular? Football is, oh, that's a very good question, actually. I think it's a very simplistic sport that is played at a good pace. Okay. And it's very well marketed. Like, it caught some fire. Okay. And then people came together and just marketed it that well, making these teams, making this concept top of the table nonsense, and, entire leagues, all of that. So people are talking more about the leagues than the actual football, right? So it was already an exciting sport which people enjoy not only playing but watching. And then they marketed it to such a great extent that more than 200 countries play it, like, and maybe 250 million people are involved in it in some way. So, all the respect to the marketing guys. How's your special education thing going? I am in the same field. It really showed me life can go really downhill. Oh yeah, it's enlightening, man. Every single day I see these kids who can't talk, who can't move, who can't say what they want to, or they say the wrong thing, or they have echolalia. Echolalia is like this thing where they keep repeating the same words. And it just shows me, it reinforces how fragile life is. It makes me go, whoa. Um, yeah, it's just nonsense. Like, life is just nonsense. Guys, you should have much more followers than, like, you should have much more followers than Bollywood southern cricketers, particularly in India. Oh man, that's never happening. See, if people were that smart, then I would be a nobody. Okay. So, and people were that smart, they would not follow anybody. All right. Like, you guys, of course, you follow me and you all understand and we talk and all that, but it's more like a conversation. You all are not worshipping me, right? So having a conversation is a different thing, and worship is a different thing. So, like, Virat Kohli and all are worshipped, which is nonsense. It's so sad. And I'm glad that these people are dying like cockroaches. Like, who? Oh, you want to see Virat Kohli? Okay, fair enough. Pay the price, my friend. What's the future of that particular religion in your opinion? The future is implosion. I believe it's implosion. I think the Wi-Fi signal will kill it much before Israel and its allies end it. But let's see. I may be wrong. It could be a massive, massive war. Did you stop vlogging videos? I've not been traveling much, honestly. I don't have much to show, but I will. I will when I do. Promise. Life is unpredictable. Yes, of course. How to lead a good life? Do what you enjoy. Do it fearlessly. Okay. Just chill. You're going to die anyway. It doesn't matter. Okay. Remember death, death, death. That build your life around death. You will be fine. Trust me. That's a good life. Okay. Because then you're fearless and you have nothing to lose. Cricket is so boring. Really boring, man. Really. I find all sports so boring. But hey, a lot of my friends don't. So I deal with that. All right. I'm gonna take your leave. It's been 45 minutes. Thank you so much for showing up. This was good fun. I'm not coming on the Hindi channel. I will do it some other time, and I will try and come next week. Okay. Thank you for showing up on a Friday. Love you all. Bye bye.